Yeah, this is a sports bar on talkSPORT. Myself, Jamie O'Hara, Jason Cundy are going to do back pages a little bit as soon as they're in. talkSPORT understands, though, Spurs have agreed a deal to sign Ghanaian winger Mohamed Kudus from West Ham for 55 million quid. Former Hammer striker Dean Ashton joined talkSPORT earlier today, gave his reaction to the transfer.
It's a strange one. I think I'd love to really know, first of all, what Graham Potter feels about it, because he is a terrific talent, and on his day I think he's unplayable at times. The way he can keep the ball, the way he can dribble, he's one of the best in the Premier League at that. His numbers have dropped significantly this season compared to his first season, which is a worry, and you worry about whether that is a mentality issue, an attitude issue, or whether the manager just feels like actually he wants to have a player in his squad that he can mould a little bit more to what he likes. But it's decent money. It just won't go down well when you're selling one of your best players to Tottenham if you're a West Ham supporter.
Yeah, it was Dean Ashton speaking earlier today. What do you make of the move?
Oh, good move for Spurs.
Yeah, it's a good
strange
signing.
move. I totally agree with what Dean has said there. It maybe he feels he needs a fresh start. I'd love to know what the West Ham fans
He's been at West Ham that long.
No, he hasn't. I mean, I saw him in the World Cup, mate, for Ghana. He was outstanding.
He was brilliant.
He was. Who is this kid?
Yeah.
It was that kind of reaction.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say at times, he does go missing out of games.
He does. That's my worry with him.
But when maybe it's another step up, another level. Now he's gone from West Ham to Spurs. The expectation level is again Champions League football.
Yeah.
Come on, this is the stage. You've worked your way up. This is where this. Now show us what you got. And we know what he's got, but he needs to do it every game. You can't. I just feel at times there's a little bit of a disappointment about him at times.
Yeah, and I agree. That's my concern with him.
There's a player in
there. No, he's a really good player, and he's got a huge amount of talent. He can play pretty much across a front three as well, right? He can play everywhere. Travels,
when he gets going, it's hard to stop, mate.
Yeah, I just worry. I think Thomas Frank's a good manager for him, because I think he'll get the best out of him and he'll push him, and he's at a big club, Champions League football, as you say. I just hope he doesn't become one of these players who's got a bit of a mentality. I think Dean's bang on with mentality issue. I've seen him last season. I think he got sent off against Tottenham.
No, he did.
He had a massive row, didn't he?
Oh, no, he slapped two in the face.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's got to deal with that. Pape Sarr, I think he gave him a kick in and a slap. So
right in front of the referee
right in front of the ref. So he's got... I just hope he don't become a player who's got a bit of an issue like that. He's got to come in and be a leader. He's got to come in and hit the ground running. A bit like João Pedro. You go... it's a good signing, but let's see what he does. And then you go, bang, actually, this boy's a good player.
What you got
let's go to GJ, Spurs fan. All right, GJ?
All right, GJ.
How you doing, boys? You all right?
Yeah, not bad,
matey. How are you?
Yeah, good. yeah, very good.
Happy with the signing, if it gets done?
Yeah, brilliant signing. I just wanted to correct something that was said earlier about, with Delia Smith, when she said, let's be having you. It wasn't against Man City, that was against Chelsea. And I remember that game well. I think Chelsea won it 3-1, and the Chelsea fans cracked me up, actually, because they did a brilliant chant after it, something about, we've got Abramovich, you've got a drunken...
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. But that was very good by the Chelsea fans. Back to Kudus. Yeah, brilliant signing. I think he'll be a great asset for us. I think one of the reasons why his level dropped off is because his best position, listening to West Ham fans on podcasts and that, they say his best position is right wing, and that's where Jared Bowen plays. But like you said about PSG being a throwback, I think Kudus is a bit of a throwback, because like the art of wing play and taking your man on, that's becoming less of an art these days, isn't it?
Yes, but there's we've seen likes of Jack Grealish who they cut inside. Saka. I mean, to be honest with you, Saka's one that can go both sides. Saka, he's brilliant on his left, obviously. Yeah. But when you talk about running at fullbacks, I bring up Ryan Giggs, right, because he was the thing. You gets the ball, first instincts. Yeah. I'm going to attack my fullback. Yeah. And they tend not to do it. It's all about ball retention, isn't it? Yeah. Because I said to you
I don't think that's going to be the Thomas Frank team that I'm expecting to see. Is going to be, back to front, move the ball quick, get it out to wingers and go at you.
I think whether you had Mbuemo on that, right? And that clearly is the signing. It would appear that they wanted Mbuemo. He looks like he's going to United, so they had to shift their attention. Visser on the other side, right?
If we can get Visser, that'd be a great signing.
But, with Kudus, I think he's had the most successful dribbles in the Premier League last season. But I tell you what, I'm absolutely loving the reaction of West Ham fans. They are absolutely livid. It's pure gold to watch.
Well, don't you say that, right? And I don't know if they are. I've spoken to a few of them, and I don't know if they're that bothered. I'm not sure if they've enjoyed him. Look, West Ham were terrible last season, and I don't think he had a great season. And you paid decent money for him. You was expecting him to step up, and I don't think he was that great for him. He showed spells and glimpses of it. Listen, if they sold Jared Bowen, there'd be riots, right? That's, he's their best player. But I think Kudus, they'll be gutted. But I don't know if too many West Ham fans have been really annoyed about it.
Nah, mate, honestly, 55 million and the release clause is 85 million. But West Ham fans, they need to know their place in the hierarchy of London. You're just a North London feeder club. That's all you are. You're a small club, right? Tottenham the Champions League, Arsenal Champions League, Chelsea have won the Champions League twice. West Ham will never be Champions League. Never.
They had a European trophy a couple of seasons ago. They are. But the West Ham fans will look. Here's the thing. I think West Ham. We'll have to wait and see what happens to that money. Is Graham Potter going to be given a transfer kitty to build the squad and replace him? If it turns out that they're not going to invest the money or certainly help Potter with this squad, I think that's West Ham fans will have a right problem with this deal. Yeah. The fact that money's not gone back in and helped out the manager and made the squad stronger.
Yeah. GJ, thanks for your call. Let's go to Paul. He's a Spurs fan. Paul?
Right, P-Dog.
Hello, mate.
How are you, Paulie? You good?
Yeah, not bad, lads. Not bad.
Good stuff. Tottenham look like they've finally got a deal over the line.
It's about time, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I was starting to get a little bit worried, but this one actually all of a sudden becomes quite exciting.
Yeah, I really wanted them Buemo, but I'm happy with Kudus. Seeing he's made his mind up, he wants United, but yeah, I'm happy with Kudus.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good deal, actually.
So he's going to play on the right, yeah?
Well, he gives Johnson some competition, doesn't he? Because other than score attacking goals, I don't know what Johnson does.
I agree with that. I mean, Brennan Johnson had a really good return last year.
Yes, he did, yeah.
A really good return. He scored a lot of goals, but he gets on the end of things, right? And that is an art.
It is an art.
It is an art to get on the end of things. But I tell you what, he's one of the most frustrating football players to watch. Like, he's so frustrating to watch because he can, I think, give more. And he doesn't.
Well, maybe this is what Thomas Frank does, right? One thing I will say about Thomas Frank, he makes players better.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
He really does improve players. The best example is going to be Visser and Buemo. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Damsgaard as well. Yeah. There's a number of players in that squad that he makes better. And that's what, if he can improve every single player, and Brennan Johnson's one of those, mould him into what he wants, we'll see.
Yeah.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.